Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 2 of Workers and Resources. Now, what I'm going to do in this series today, we're going to work on the farming industry a little bit more. We're going to try to go from farming to distilling to making sure our power plant is back up while that builds. Then we're going to go do power lines to our border. We're also going to, show you what I've been doing here. This entire setup is just mirrored right over here. The only difference is there's a gas station in between for both to serve, because even though the machines themselves don't need that many workers, or I don't believe they actually need any workers for some of them, they do need fuel. So there will be fuel right there. They can get to it. There's roads to all of this stuff. So if there's a problem, the fire station can take care of it. It's just a mirror. I didn't want to show this again because it's the exact same thing. I did put these two little yellow railroad lines in here. There we go. If you like what you see today, by the way, I always invite you to join us on Discord. All of our stuff is down on the description down below. Some of you come over from YouTube over to Twitch, say hi. Some people from Twitch come over here to write comments. It goes both ways. And of course, some of you will follow us on Twitter or Steam group. Hey, you're all invited, because I try to make a lot of stuff every week. I usually do a decent enough job to get 4 videos out per week. I've been maintaining that schedule for like 4 months now, I think. Something around that neighborhood. Anyway, come on in and join us if you wish to. Now, the other thing we have to do, let's see, I actually have a list I had to write down. Coal mines are being built. I haven't unpaused yet. This coal mine is fueling this plant, which will make raw coal, which is washed and made into actual coal, which then goes to these 2 power plants, which are being built. The 2 power plants, some will be exported, some will be used for our own people. So with that said, while this builds, I was trying really hard to make sure this got up. I was debating putting up 2 more giant big farming complexes, and I know they're a little cockeyed, but that's okay. I was going to put them over here. They run around, with everything combined, they run almost $250,000 per setup for all this. It's not the end of the world to do it, but we only started with 3.5 million rubles. So we're already running about $500,000 just in this, another $500,000, probably actually more like for $600,000 up here. And that's before everything else is built. So I'm not going to push more. I was going to go for a lot of distilling. I think I'll make sure that our oil industry works first, because just like real life, oil is king for a lot of stuff. So we're going to connect a lot of the oil. There's oil, if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I was originally going to put the oil facility here so I could export it, and I think that's a mistake. The reason I say that, we're going to export it, but we're not going to use barges. If we do use barges, because if you look on the mini map here, there is a lot of oil, but it's spread all over the map. So with that said, and there's a big concentration down here. You can see these red dots pop out. They're all here except for oil 7, which is up here, which I have to raise the land to get to. You can see oil 7 right there. Not easy, but it's there. It's under the ground or under the water. So we have to raise the ground to get to it. Well, that's not happening anytime soon. So if I take all the oil this way and go this way, and then put the oil facility here or over here, not only can we export it very easily, it gets away from our cities, because this is very tight. There's also coal up here I want to use. Eventually there's going to be shipping down this area. We're going to go across over to here to start doing industrial stuff over there. So I think putting the oil this way would be a better way. That way we have fuel, we have big tanker farms. It won't hurt. Is there any more oil over here at all? There's only some slant drilling oil there, and a little bit of slant drilling oil there. So it's not really that good. I could do something along the lines of trucking that oil out. It's not the end of the world to do so, especially if once you own the trucks and have some cistern type things, it's not the end of the world. All right, let's just get it done. So number 1, we're going to start connecting oil over here. And oil, I will say that most people do oil because it is reliable. In this game, not much is reliable. You can't do steel right off the bat easily, unless you start with $10 million. And if you do, you have to juggle some plates in the air that I really don't want to juggle right now. And I do want to get some gravel and other stuff going, but gravel 1 wouldn't be the end of the world to get that up and running, because if I get gravel 1 and then export it over here, we can start building our own roads over time. I do want to have a large construction area that services both towns, probably right about here, and the road goes this way, and then they can just go in and help both out. So we'll see. I'm not 100% sure yet. I do have gravel 1 marked. I have gravel 2 marked. They can be producing both into this area and produce more. There's not a lot else up here, though. No uranium. There is some bauxite right across. I don't care. Coal. It's okay. Let's start producing. We go to fuel. Pump jacks. Now, pump jacks work like giant... how to put this? They can only put... You can't put a pump jack 1 meter away from another one. They have to be a radius. And this radius you see under my mouse cursor, which I'm going to try to show you, no other pump jack can be in that area at all, not even remotely. So you want to try to get the highest percentage you can, also with the pipe facing the way you want to go. We're going to be going east to west, so we're going to make sure we do it. We can grab stuff from under here, but we're not going to try to raise it up. So we're going to try to get a little bit higher than 85 if we can. I have a feeling we're going to get 84.3 is our highest. I don't want to raise all this up. If I flatten the terrain, it's going to raise up the river, and I'm going to have to go on the other side and move that down, which I'm not against. I just don't know the percentage it would be. So I think 83. I'm okay to be with 83. 82, 81. And if you can get better, remember, the save file is available down in the description. If you want to grab it yourself and do better, hey, you're more than welcome to. Here we go. That goes there. We're going to go over to this one. This one, if I can get 83 as well, that'd be nice. 83. Can I get higher than 83? Come on, baby. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. Oh, no. 83 it is. There you go. Now, we could run the 2 pipes. Now, you see how there's like... Well, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was wrong, and I'll admit it. The red part you can't put on. I can put another one here between the 2, but a 40 would not be the end. And the reason I'm debating doing the 40... pump jack's only $6,000. And what happens is when they go into an area, they have 3 pipes into a pump station. So we could run the 3 pipes to each other to one pump and then put it over here. We're going to have it right here and then go underground and then probably come up over here. That way this whole area can be transport. So I like the idea. We're already here anyway. We might as well get as much as we can of both deposits. Let me flip it around. Let's see here. I saw 41. Can I get higher than 41? It looks like the answer is a big old fat no. Okay, I'll put those a little far forward as we can still get 41 would be nice. Right there. Okay. Next. I'm really surprised. Oh, I have to do it on this one. It's a pipelines. Pipelines, you can have 3 in and 1 out. Now, I do have to know one thing for meterage. I wouldn't mind. That's pipe station, underground pumping station. If I do this underground, everything will be underground. I don't really want it to be underground because it costs a hell of a lot more. 15 grand versus 10 grand, not the end of the world. That's above, and that's the distance we can go. That's about 300 meters. I'd rather go back here. This above ground stuff here, it's cheaper, and we got to save money right now. So we're going to put it like this. I'm going to put it between the 2 if I can. I'm really hoping, I got to be really careful how I do this. If I go like this, the oil all comes in, and I'm really worried. I think there's a tool for this, but I'm gonna play chicken shit, and I'm gonna go like this. Yeah. Put that there, and then have another one above ground to right about. I'm gonna put the other one, underground one here. It's going to flip around. Now, the underground pumping station, it will have the pipe go in the ground eventually. I could put it right here and go right next to it, but I'm okay with this. I really wish I knew. Here's how you do it. You can go 300 meters. That's right about here. Cancel. So I got right about this area. The pipe itself, build underground pipeline connection. I think there's a way to do it. I don't actually know how. Oh, crap. It is connected, but it's not right. There's a way to see this, and I don't. Topographics, F2. Underground, F3. So I can do that. You see, there you go, F3. Now that's connected underground, and all this money is being spent. So I'm going to do another one. We're going to do another underground pumping station. Actually, I'm going to do an above ground one. No, because it'll come out there. So I got to do another underground. Dang it. I don't want to spend a crap ton of money doing this, but I have no choice. I can go to about, it's 315 is, I think, is the limit. No, 330. So I can go to right about here. Cancel. That second tree. Underground pumping station. And yes, I have many inputs for a reason, just in case. Actually, before I do, there is oil nearby. It's over there, though. Okay, second one, like this. Okay, like that. Built underground pipe connection. Yes, ma'am. Why are you not? There you go. Boom. That's all underground. Then we're going to flip back up with F3. Boom. And we're going to go connect these pipelines first, and then we will worry about the output. The refinery is going to be right about here. This area, it wouldn't be bad to have, like, I don't want to call them the elites, but the engineers and stuff, go over this way and fuel this. But I do realize I have two connections here for railroad, so I have to be very cognizant of the fact where that's going to go. I could go right on through, but having the railroad go right by this area and make sure the refinery, if it's here, wherever it is over this, it won't be that big. Can take advantage of it is a big thing. So, all right. Let's go back to infrastructure and put down these pump jacks, and then we'll connect them up. There are multiple. Let's see here. Pump jack 1, 90%. Whoa. I don't think I've ever seen higher than 90%. Have I seen that? Whoa. Wait, did I see a 90? Oh, that's a 97. Wow. I've never seen that much. But having 4 of them up at different percentages. Wait, why does it say? Oh, I see. I get it. Same thing as before. We can either have the oil facing towards the water, or we can have it facing towards the city. I think, and that means the roadway would be facing towards the city, like this, 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 and this, and the pipes would come out or go underground and come out towards this way. That way we can have the firefighting, not have to go have bridges over and that kind of stuff, or pipelines in the way. So I think I'm going to do that. Let's see here. There's a 91 right there. I just saw that. Can I get higher than 90? 92. I can go over here and get like a 97, but it's going to skunk the other one. So I'm going to go over here. I'm okay with a 91. Another one here would be, I see a 77 something right there. Okay. We have another one here that's an 88. See, the thing I have to worry about this, one pipe's going to come in, and then it'll have 2 of these connect, and then 2 of these more connect. So I got to be very, you have to remember that. If not, you're going to be like, oh crap, I built too few, and you just get really pissed off at yourself. I saw an 87 right there. So these 2 will connect to that. And then this one over here gets whatever's left. And it's not going to be as high. I thought there was more over here. I guess I'm wrong. So it's whatever's left over in this one. I saw a 50. 51. I think 51's the highest we're going to get. Okay, 51 it is. If I can find out where it was. 51 right there. Okay, now, how much of a pumping station is this? I hate how much time this takes, because I know I want to... I'm not unpausing why I could, because I know... Wait, is that not... That's not per connection, yeah. I'll let some of this build for a second. Oh, I hate how long this takes. Underground piping. I don't want underground again. I want above ground piping station. So I'm going to go like... can I get these in here? I think the answer is no. So if I go like this... Yeah, too long. So I have to have a pumping station here. And I can either put the pumps in, which is not going to work because it will squirrel the lines. I'll have to put another pumping station here. Yeah, it's going to screw me over. All right, fine. Above ground pumping station with 1 in. So like this. Like that. Above ground. That does come out, but that's underground. Okay, that goes above there. Now it comes up here, and now it's above ground again. So we'll have another above ground pumping station with 3 inputs, not 3 outputs. See, exactly like that. There will be some annoyances here as this goes on like this. And one thing I'm going to have to do to make sure I can actually fight the fire, if there's a fire, always plan for a fire. There will always be a fire. I'm going to plan it to be like... See why it's paused, we're not losing any money. So I could go like this, which would be perfect. And here's why. Go like that, take the pipe, go out. I think it's press E. E. Like that. And then from there, we go back down. And the reason being, remember, all you need is a little crappy mud road to make sure you can fight the fire. That's all you need. That's all you need. I know I'm getting excited about this, but I love this kind of stuff, and I would play this stuff all the time if I could. Now we have 3 inputs and 1 output, so we have all the oil from that point is going to this pipe, and I believe there's no too many what do you call it? Yeah, crap. If I go like this, what is the distance on this? I really wish I knew that new measuring tool. That's 200, so we can easily go to right there. Cancel. Go like this. Draw it like this. Underground? No, not underground. Above ground. Thank you. Yeah, that'll work. Spending a lot of money on goddamn pipes. Just so you all know. Okay, that's all connected in. That's a long-ass goddamn connection. Now, over here, there's no more oil here, so I'm going to delete this one oil. It says delete. Or it says oil. Delete some of the, actually, a lot of these. Cancel them. What? Now, why? You don't need them anymore. Once they're up, if not, it'll change the name of the cities nearby. So there's all that oil connected. It does need power, of course. Now, from here, we have to figure out, we either put the oil refinery right here, which I think is a mistake. There's going to be at least 2 pipe. Before you guys realize, there's going to be at least 2 tankers. And there's a reason I'm going to put 2 tankers in a succession before for raw oil. It gives you a buffer. If you have 1 tank, you could quickly, whatever. You're not going to see it's there. If you have 2 tanks, you just know that there's a large amount of mess up in the system before you can have an issue. So if you have 1 tank, let's say it's, for sake of argument, 10,000 gallons or 10,000 barrels of oil or 1,000 barrels of oil, you have a 10,000 buffer. If that 1 tank goes down, you lost your buffer. I have 2 usually in everything. It's double redundancy. It's not the best, but it's what I usually do. And I want to make sure when I do that, I have sufficient room to do whatever else I want to do. Having the refinery here is not my ideal situation, but I might just get rid of this entire lake by boosting the land up over time, so I'm not against it. Let me see what it's cost for a goddamn oil refinery. Okay, so oil refinery is $300,000. Chemical plant, asphalt plant, plastics factory, oil storage. It holds 1,500 tons of oil. Okay. Oil, fuel, load and unload it. You can actually truck more in, and you should, when you build at the original time, have at least 1 unloading and offloading for oil connected to your tank. Because your tank, just like this, one of these pumping stations has 3 inputs and 1 output. So if you put it like this, you can put this here, a little pump station on the other side of it, and then another tank, and have loading into both of them. So your other trucks that are going to go get your little wells, because you don't need trains for a single well, will bring in the extra crude oil and have extra. Okay, let's do that. So with this pumping station, we'll pump the oil. So we're going to go up here. We're going to go like this. The output is facing westward. So we're going to go as far as we can without it coming back. So we're going to go like this. And we're going to go, as much as I hate to do this, we're going to go like that. Now, why is that? Now, we're going to also put a pump station. Is the pump station still there? Do they still exist, or do they get rid of them? No, they still exist. I used them, and I thought, where'd they go? I'm so stupid. God damn it. Okay, so if we come in, I want to have inputs of 3 and output of 1. So this will go here. Because if you go tank to tank without a pumping station between the two, you'll quickly go, hey, why is nothing working? Because it can't pump enough between just 2 tanks. It's gravity fed, I think. is what goes on. So we're going to go like this. This also gives us another input. We're going to go pumping station. Well, I can make it a little closer. It doesn't have to be super close. Then we're going to go for another oil tank. We're going to go from like this. And I'm purposely curling up the edge towards this way so we can put the refinery up in this area. I want to have a lot of space available for other trains or whatever else I need in the area. So put this one like this. There's only one way in. Well, there's not. There's more than one way in. But there's only one way. Well, and yes, I'm a little indecisive. Not terribly, but enough. And I believe like that, and then we can go to refinery on the other side right off the bat. It should be okay. Pump jack, oil refinery. The oil refinery is a right bitch. Here's how it works. You can have one input like this, and we can put the input wherever we want. We can put it like here. See that little like green connection on the right side? That connection is the only way in that we have. So no matter what we do, we're going to have to truck people up to this thing. So I have to make a decision. Do I put more underground and put the connection like this so it's the shortest trip possible over? And then we have outputs. If I put it like this, right? One, I can run the pipe underground. Unfortunately, the bus station for this place will be facing towards the lake, which is not the end of the world. Reason being, the outputs are on the top left corner and bottom left corner. So those outputs will be fuel, bitumen, and I want only use 2 of them. And the reason I'm only going to use 2 of them, they will be for our road connections. So the road connection anyway will be serving a double purpose. One, not only will we have the bus bringing people over as well as a firefighting department that can come to it, you will also then have what's the terminology? I forgot it. Around the outputs, you're going to have on the same roads most of the time, you're going to have oil delivery as well as offloading. So you're going to have it nearby. So it's not bad to make sure that the road isn't completely destroyed by having shitty quality roads around here. So I'm going to spring for the more asphalt roads. So if you're like, why? Well, I don't want this thing to burn down. If you want to have expense, this is 300 grand and this can get out of control very quickly. So we're going to put it like right here. I'm going to leave a little bit of room for the road to sneak up between these 2 structures. Because you can tell, we can go pretty far. We're going to go like this. Like you can see, we can go like this. Look how far we can go if we want to. That's perfectly fine. We got plenty of room. So we're going to go like this. We're going to zoom out a minute. We got all this space. We're perfectly fine. I'm being a little too cautious, but I want to make sure I do it right the first time and don't have to rebuild it and go, oh, I screwed up, which I do a lot. I think this is good. Because we're going to have an underground pump from the tank over. So I'm going to go like this. So that goes there. And while that's building, because I think you need a pump. I really do, and I'm probably wrong. Underground pumping station. I'm just going to do underground pumping station. Yeah, 1 in. So this tank from here can output like this. Underground pumping station. So if I go like this, am I going to have, wait, if I go for the, we'll put it underground. So we'll put it like this. God, I hope this is right. Yeah, if I put it over here, one, it's nearby, but not right away. And then we go like that. Yep. Put that there. Underground pipe. Like that. And this one, there we go. Now that should do it. We're going to let that build. Now, you see why we need all this power, though? Because with all this going on the way it is, this stupid thing requires how much? It requires 12 megawatts of power. To put this in perspective, our power plant, as it sits still, produces 1,400 megawatts. That can't be right. It requires that much. Sorry, it's this one. 12 megawatts. 1,200. So really? Oh my God, we need a 3rd power plant already. Jesus. Just for the oil refinery. Well, I knew we were going to use a lot of coal. I wasn't thinking that much, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah. Now you see why I have multiple coal mines. I'm going to put a third power plant up right away. Because right now, if I do it this way, one will power our town. Well, a little bit will power the town and the other farms, and then the oil refinery. And then the next one, we'll start putting all the other industries. We don't have enough. We're not going to have enough. And it's going to take some time to build these. So I'm going to build another one right off the bat. I'll do that probably in the next episode, though. Let's go over to the next one here, to the oil refinery. That is a lot of building. Let's see how much it takes. Ooh, look at that money fly down. Woo! Slamming down. I got to be very careful. Okay, so while we're doing that now, I do know I need gasoline and outputs, and from there I need to make sure I have, like, these gas stations and stuff are going to have to be filled too. We're going to have all of the stuff here fulfilling this, and then everything here filling this. And that's pretty much it besides some basic. The bad thing is we're going to have to have 2 of each. Like, each town is going to have its own grocery store. If you look up here, it's going to have, what is it, Equipment for Citizens? It's going to have its own grocery store, its own small store, so they can buy food and meat, clothes and electronics. This one will have, no, that's everything. Shopping center does everything, but for a lot more. I don't want that yet. Small shopping center is food, electronics, and clothes. Cinema, they do need a cinema to make sure they can be happy. It does help. A pub so they can drink. And then tennis and football. And that's just to start off with. And then hopefully fire stations. Oh, at a hospital. At least one hospital between the two. It has to be between. Because if not, even with, what do you call it? Ambulances, they won't be able to fulfill everything. I might just put a hospital in each place, even though it's $31,000. If not, it can get out of control very quickly. And yeah, there's all kinds of little other things too. Let's see, entertainment, tourism. Some of your people can do some of this stuff. I believe residential buildings, equipment, education related. We do need kindergarten. We need school. We have a lot to build. But I'm looking forward to it. We're going to call this something else. Let's call this. I have a thing to do. Let me see here. Well, let me pick up a Patreon name. Someone wants to be a village. Let's see. Workers and resources. Okay. Dark Angel. All right, we'll call it Dark Angel. Dark Angel obviously wants to be named after an oil refinery. I'm sure he does. Here you go, buddy. Dark Angel. And thank you, man. I think it's 2009 for his name. Hey, thanks, man. I want to make sure I say thank you to all the patrons like I always do. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you like what you saw, hit the buttons down below. And these videos, I'll try to keep a hard cap of 30 minutes because I know they get very undigestible if I don't. And I think this is a pretty good one so far. So have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.